Hey everybody, it's Gina Kern. I hope you're doing well. Been a while since I've hopped on a video with you, but I wanted to come on today and share some exciting news and a new adventure that I'm going to be working on. And I would love to take you all along with me for the journey if you're interested. So about a month and a half or so ago, you may have noticed if you follow my Facebook and Instagram pages that I started working on some stained glass designs in a new studio space that I've set up here in my basement. And while the basement's not real pretty, the projects that are going to come out of it, I think will be very pretty. And I hope that you will enjoy watching that process. So I am getting ready to start working on a few stained glass commissions. And the first one I'm doing is going to be a Sidelight window that's going to go next to a front door for a lovely client of mine. This window is going to measure about 12 inches wide and about 80 inches tall. And I'll be using the traditional lead cane method to create this window. Now that's the method that you typically see in church windows. It's the one that's a little bit stronger, creates some cleaner lines, and allows you to expose the window to some weather if you should choose to. Now we're not going to do that with this particular window, but it is the method that lets you do that, as opposed to the Tiffany or copper foil method, which is what I usually teach at school. So this has been a great learning experience for me. I'm learning some new techniques, new procedures and methods. So I'm continuing to grow, which I always love. We never want to stagnate, right? We want to keep growing. But anyway, over my shoulder here, you can see I've started to cut out some of the pieces for the leaves and the stem of the sunflower. Let's see, there's a little bit more right there. So in this first video that I'm going to share with you, you're going to get to see me start to do the tracing of the stencils and the cutting out of some of those leaf patterns and the background patterns. This one, as I said, going to be 3 large sunflowers with a sunset in the background. So anyway, I would love for you to ask questions along the way. Let me know what you're enjoying about watching this process or what you might like to see more of or less of. And of course, if you're interested in a custom stained glass piece for your home or office or something, please do reach out. I would love to be able to help you with that. Stained glass is such a gorgeous media and I love working with it. And I think it just opens up a lot of fun possibilities for bringing art into our lives and just brightening up our spaces and bringing more joy. So, hey, anyway, well, here comes that video and we'll talk to you again soon. All right, bye. Okay, so here's the first piece of glass I'm going to be working on. It's a light green wispy. I'm tracing around some stencils that I've made using some clear shelf paper with a Sharpie, and there you can see all of those lines traced out. And here I've sped the video up to about 2.5 times the normal speed at which I work, and I'm using a glass etcher to scratch a like a score in the top of the glass right inside the edge of that black Sharpie line, trying to be as precise as possible, and then using a pair of running pliers to make that scratch and etch kind of break all the way through the glass. And we'll just continue that part here. So separating each piece, again, carefully running the wheel of the etcher just inside the black line of the Sharpie that I traced there, using running pliers and grossing pliers to pop off the excess glass, and sometimes even just my fingers. Most of these pieces of glass, there's enough there for me to get leverage. I can just use my fingers and snap it right off. That last one there's a little skinny, so using the grossing pliers for that. And here just separating another chunk of stencils away from the main piece of glass. Have to get your head over the top of the etcher so you can see where that wheel is. That way you can be as precise as possible. Again, using the running pliers to get that etch started through each end of the glass. So just lightly squeezing on both ends. And then turning it over, and I'm going to press along that score line and to run that crack all the way through. Separates that piece real nicely. Just scraped off some excess glass there. And separating another set of stencils with this etch. Those running pliers that I'm using have a nice gentle curve in them, and so when you line the center of the pliers up with the line that you etched, it bends the glass away from each other and helps it to break right along that line. All right, these next two pieces are going to be part of some leaves that I think you can see on the screen here. So you'll get to see where these two pieces belong in the overall pattern or design. Again, just trying to be as precise as possible with the tip of that etcher, running it just inside the edge of that black line. Theory being that if your pieces fit together well enough there, you don't have to do any excess grinding, so saves time and makes it fit as nicely as possible, which, you know, you always want. Otherwise, a person would have to grind some excess glass off and try to make things fit well if you left too much on there. So there's that piece fit in place, and this one will go just below it. And scraping off a little excess, and then that should do it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. Stay tuned for some more to come soon, and let me know what else you'd like to see. Have a great one.